What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing to my channel. And while you're at it, smash that like button for me. I really would appreciate it. Also, hit that post notification bell so that you're notified every time I upload a new video. Be careful down in the comment section of the videos. A lot of spam, a lot of scammers. I will never ask you to contact me by WhatsApp or Telegram. I also do not invest money for my subscribers, so please be careful. Don't get yourself scammed. If you want up to 12 free stocks, Webull is going to give you up to 12 free stocks. When you open a new Webull brokerage account, put at least $100 in that brokerage account. They're going to give you up to 12 free stocks for just trying out the brokerage app. Then you can take that $100 and start buying your favorite companies and your favorite ETFs through fractional share trading and start building wealth. There's a link down in the description box of the video. Go click on that Webull link. Open up your new brokerage account today. Go get that free stock. Go get that free money. Guys, I often get contacted by folks asking this question. Richard, how do I fix my financial life? And the answer that I give them is this. If your financial life was the way you wanted it right now, what would it look like? What would it feel like? And what would it be like? And 90% of the time, guys, people can't tell me that. They cannot tell me what they want their financial life to look like. So you can't fix something if you don't know what's broke, right? You got to know what's broke. You got to know what type of financial life you want so that you can put a plan together to fix it. See, a lot of people think, no, let's put the plan together first, and then I'll figure out what my financial life would look like. I'll figure that out later. Right now, I just know it ain't what I want it to be. It don't work that way, guys, because if you put a plan together without knowing what the end result is, you won't stick to that plan when tough times come. In building wealth, guys, you're going to encounter a lot of tough times. It's not easy, because if it was, everybody would be at financial freedom. See, 100 million people in the United States don't have no money saved for retirement. None. 100 million people. We only have 350 million people in this country. That's a third of our adult population that don't even have no money saved for retirement. So that tells me we have a huge problem with money in this country. So you have a consumer and you have a producer. And you got to ask yourself this. Am I a consumer or am I a producer? Now, for me, when I answer that question, I got to say I'm both. I'm a consumer because I got to go out and buy the necessary things in order to, be comfortable in the lifestyle that I'm in. But I'm also a producer because I go out and I generate and create wealth for myself. And that wealth pays for my consumption. That's the difference. My wealth pays for my consumption. Most people, their job pays for their consumption. It's a big difference. When wealth pays for consumption, you can pretty much have the lifestyle you want as long as you have enough wealth to pay for it. But when you are working for somebody and they control how much money you make, guess what? You can only have and consume what your salary will allow you to have and consume. So what do people do when their consumption is more than their production? They go to their credit cards. They go borrow money from the bank. Because see, they're consuming more than they are producing. And that's a big problem in our country. We just consume more than we produce. And how do you change that? Well, one, people have to have a better relationship with money. They got to change their behaviors with money, right? We got to stop looking at social media and thinking to ourselves, wow, wouldn't it be nice if I had that Rolex watch? Wow, wouldn't it be nice if I could have that Lamborghini? Wow, wouldn't it be nice if I could go on that exotic 2-week vacation, all expense paid? Wouldn't that be nice? We got to stop doing that because that ain't real. Now, I'm not saying you can't have those things. Again, if your production is high enough, you can consume those things. But most people don't have enough production, but they have too much consumption, and we have to change that. So let's get back to how do I fix my financial life? Well, I think the number one thing you got to do, guys, is you got to sit down and figure out what your financial goals are. And I ask people that all the time, man. Hey, Richard, this and that, this and that. Hey, question. What are your financial goals for 2023? And most people can't give them to me. They have no idea what their goals are. So again, man, how can you change something if you don't know what you want to change? You got to have some goals. Your financial goals need to be actionable, measurable, and realistic. Once you get those financial goals together on paper, then the next thing you got to ask yourself is, currently right now, the things that I'm doing, can I meet and exceed those financial goals? And if it's no, you know you got to change something. And most people have to change what? Their spending habits. That's the biggest thing that hold people back from financial freedom is their spending habits. So you got to change that. How do I change my spending habits? The first thing I got to do is I got to sit down and write down all of the things I'm spending my money on. Better yet, I want to write down all the income I got coming in and where I'm spending that income, which is my expenses. So I want to have a budget. I want to have a personal budget. So I can track the money I got coming in and the money that I got going out. And once I write down all those expenses, I got to start asking myself, are those needs or those wants? And you got to have an honest conversation with yourself, man. And if you have things that are wants, you got to cut them out. You got to cut them out. Because see, you're going to have to give up something financially in the short term, right? You have to give up something in the short term financially to have everything you want in the long term financially. You're going to have to experience a little short term financial pain in order to get long term financial gain. Again, guys, if this thing was easy, if this financial freedom thing was easy, everybody would be there. But the fact of the matter is, they're not. So write down those expenses in your personal budget. And then you got to go through them and figure out things that are not necessities. And those things that are not necessities, you got to cut them out. Going to the nail salon and getting your nails done every 2 weeks, got to cut it out. Get you some fingernail clippers and clip your fingernails at home and paint them at home yourself. That's going to save you $100 a month. Some of y'all maybe $200 a month, right? For some of you guys out there who like doing extracurricular activities, sports, gaming, all that stuff, where you're spending a ton of money, golfing, all that stuff, cut it out. Cut it out. Give up that stuff for the short term. Take that money that you're spending and put it in assets like paper assets, ETFs that track the S&P 500. Start building wealth. We got to give up something, guys. And those wants, you got to give them up in the short term. But what's going to happen is once you build your wealth, long term, then you can do whatever you want to do because you got assets that'll create passive income that will pay for your consumption. Right now, again, guys, too much consumption, not enough production in our country. And that's why we're in the problem we're in. Do you guys know we have almost $1 trillion in credit card debt in our country? Guys, I'm talking about $1 trillion. That's more than any other country in the world, man. Why? Because of consumption versus production. As I mentioned earlier, when we go out and we produce, we don't produce enough to pay for what we consume. So we go to credit cards and we go to loans and these payday loans where they give you a little $100, $200, $300, and you got to pay them $1,000 back. That's crazy, man. And the reason we have all of that stuff is because we're over consuming, not enough production. So in your life, you got to change that if you want a chance to get the financial freedom. Number one, what? Write your goals down, your financial goals. Number two, sit down and put together a personal budget, income versus expenses. Go through those expenses, cut out the wants. The money that you're going to have left over, that's the money you're going to start using to invest in assets to create wealth. And the only asset I want you to invest in right now, and again, guys, I'm not your financial advisor. I'm not telling you what to do, but here's what I recommend. You take that money that's left and start buying paper assets, specifically S&P 500 ETFs that track the S&P 500. Vanguard S&P 500 VOO is a good one to start with. Also, if you want to start buying paper assets and you don't have a brokerage account, click on that link down in the description box and open up that Webull brokerage account. You can buy paper assets with that Webull brokerage account. The link's down in the description box. Click on it. Put $100 in your account to get started. They're going to give you up to 12 free stocks for just trying it out. That's where it starts, guys. But you got to take action. Can't be sitting around, oh, I'm going to do it next week, and you never do it. Take action today. If you're stopping by the channel for the first time, please consider subscribing, share the video, smash the like button. Thoughts become things. If you can see it in your mind, you're going to hold it in your hands. You guys keep chasing your greatness. Never stop believing in yourself. And I'm going to catch you on the next video. Peace. Today's video is sponsored by my company, RF Financial Consulting. And in my company, I work with individuals just like you through financial mentoring and coaching sessions. And in those 1-hour sessions, we talk about strategies to help you get to your financial freedom, whether it be through real estate investing, stock market investing, creating additional streams of income, credit card arbitrage, or starting and growing a business. If that's something that you might be interested in, there's an email address in the description box of the video. Send me an email and let's discuss if I'm the right fit for you.